So we're recording. Not sure. Let's find out. Oh, yeah, we're recording. Good. Just want to check. Good evening, everybody. Is the microphone working? Yeah. Hold on. So what I'm doing is another challenge that I worked on today. Much of it I haven't tested it, and I printed out because I don't have access to the doohickey from here. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in, even though I've done most of it. Sort of, kind of. Well, let's just pretend I'm doing it from scratch, whatever. So let's see. I'm going to do part 2 of this, 75.2.pl. So this is version 2. Gosh darn it. I have to edit the sound on this. Man, hang on. Oof. Not bleeding. That's something in my throat. I was in on some bok choy. Got myself some water to sip on. That'll help. I'm going to close the window here. Hang on. There we go. Alright, so what am I doing? Alright. Let's invoke Perl real fast. Chuta. Alright. Oh man, my shoulder blade, right hand side, bothers me. I've been doing that lately. I think because I'm sitting too much at work and all. Or it may be that my body's just doing weird stuff. No matter. I'll survive probably. So we're going to look for the largest value in an array. I found that to be pretty useful for a lot of things, including this. And I don't feel like rolling my own. Alright, so what we're going to do. How do I do a here doc? I don't remember. Screw it, I'm not going to remember. I'm just going to type it out. Okay, so 1, 2, buckle my shoe. No. Okay. So first, okay, take a chart and find the largest square area in the chart. That's it. So for instance, let's pick a chart. I'll do it here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to 5, right? You have 1. Oh. Right. Alright, so you have this contiguous area here. That's, size of 2. You have this contiguous area here. That's a 2 by 4. And then you have this contiguous area here. That's a 2 by 3. And so right here, 2 by 4. That's the biggest one right there, so that's 2 times 4 is the value of 8. So you would actually going to output simply the value. Okay. Output put the value of said square. So in this case, you would end up printing out, oh, I screwed that up, let's try that again. You'd end up printing out 8. That's it. It's nothing complex, but it is a way to make you think about how you might want to code something, how you might want to solve the problem. I initially thought of one solution, messed with it, and discarded it as being silly and complicated. It was fun to think about, and I don't even remember what it was, but what I did decide on, I think, is a bit better. You know, I could have done it. Hold on. Let me check something here because I screwed this up. Okay. Yeah. Just want to make sure I'm thinking about reasonable ways to use Vim. I'm going to check. I'm cooking rice in the rice cooker. That was why I was nibbling on the bok choy earlier, because I want to mix it in there with the hot rice, put some butter on it, stir it up, and have a nibble. I think that'll be good for me this evening. Probably. Maybe. All right. Hang tight. I'll be back. Never mind. 3 minutes left, so I have to wait. All right, so let's go ahead and this time I'm going to use transformations. Well, actually, am I doing much transformation? Not really. I'm going to do it in a way that makes it easier to test and look at, in a manual or less than manual sort of way. So my chart is equals get chart. We're just going to leave it as such and figure out how the chart we're going to get later. My rows equal make rows from chart. Alright, that makes sense, right? Chart is an array. Rows is also an array. It's an array. Rows is actually an array of arrays, isn't it? Yeah. Because each row is going to be made from the chart. Now I'll show how it is actually going to look at each row, the bottommost row, all the way to the topmost row, and each row will have whether or not it'll have an actual element from the chart or have gaps in it, that kind of thing. My contiguous, that's what it's contiguous, I spelled that right, I hope, equals contiguous from rows. So I'm going to put in rows is what I had written before. So I'm going to go with that, rows, and we're going to find the contiguous parts of the rows, and each contiguous part will be placed in contiguous. Now, contiguous is actually going to contain tuples, if I remember right. Well, we'll see as I go along. And then my yawning squares equals square. What am I squaring? Oh, contiguous. Oh, I heard that. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's my rice being done. This is the last one, my biggest, oops, gibbest, what can, biggest square equals max squares. There we go. That's it. So let's go through it. Let's get a chart. And the chart is going to be nothing but, since it's a bar chart, it's just numbers, integers. That's it. My row, since it's integers, I'm going to take the chart and make rows. So each row of the chart, rather than a column, is going to have the values. So if you, for instance, have some kind of bimodal distribution, at the bottom you might have the chart would show, the rows would be one contiguous row. But up higher, you'd have a row where you have empty, value, empty, value, empty. which would be the peak of either peak of the bimodal distribution, something like that. And then contiguous looks for each row and says, okay, how far one way or the other? I mean, how wide are we getting? Because remember, since it's a bar chart, if you have a contiguous region of 3 in a row that's pretty high, well, that 3 has to go down all the way to the bottom. So all we need is the row number and the size of the contiguous portion of the row. And from that, you can square. And that's what you do down here. You square and you get your squares. And then you just have the square values and nothing else. And then you get the largest value. And that's it. Did I already save that? Probably. Of course, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. As I do this sort of thing enough, I really need to make a shortcut. I'm doing this because as I write my subroutines, I'm going to test them independent of this. Or I might, remove this to test get charts first. So we're going to do that. So get chart. Oh, that was not supposed to. Oh yeah, look at that. I think you can do that. Signatures. Can you do signatures in 5.28 or do you have to use feature? I'm not sure. I don't usually use signatures for that. And one of the things that's important, well, get chart doesn't even have one, so. But all of these, well, we'll get into that later. Never mind. So we're going to do you know what? No, I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way, map. We're just going to return the values. So we're going to integer, random. We're going to do it'll be 0 to, I shouldn't do random actually. Now think about it, I really ought to do it. I'm not going to do it random, I'm going to do it properly here just because. So we're going to return, I'm going to get just an anonymous array, so it's going to be, we're going to do should it be bimodal? Yeah, we'll do bimodal. 0, comma, 0, comma, 6. Oh, wait. 0, comma, let's go. 1, comma, 4, comma, 6, comma, 5, 4, comma, 2, comma, 2, comma. Oh my gosh, yeah, it's going to be, doesn't matter, comma, 5, comma, 5. Is that too complicated? I don't know. Ooh, 50, that would be too much. That would skew everything. All right. We're going to do it this way. This is actually just, yeah. Actually, we're going to see how that could go. Oh, for crying out loud. There. All right. Before I test this, which I know is going to do, but might as well test it for everyone else's sake, I'm going to get myself some ice and I'll be right back. Oh, I didn't screw this up. I hope I did not screw this up. Where the heck is my Ow, that's my finger. I've been writing a long time, and I think I overdid the thing. Of course, twisting this out. That's okay. You know what? I don't care. I'll screw this up anyway. God bless it. of salt or maybe something like it, but let's see. Hope I don't drop this, spill all my freaking computer. That would suck. Alright, hang on. Yeah, it's been a while since I used a rice cooker. I haven't made rice in forever, and I don't think I did a good job of it. That is neither here nor there. Well, it's here, actually. It's not there. Alright, well. Not terrible. I should steam that. Well. Alright. What we're going to do, we're going to test this. Oh wait, I'm going to use say because say is cooler. A thumper chart, send it a reference to it. Alright, let's see what we're gotten. Here we go. Oh, I forgot I had to do that. Oh, pain in the butt. Huh. Oh, that was my fault. List utils. There we go. So there it is. Not bad. Not bad. No. That's it. You know what? That's distracting to me. So I'm going to leave that there for now. I really need to change these colors around because I'm having fun with, like, you know, pastels, greens, soft colors, which work like this, and this is kind of harsh up there. I don't know. Not much for that kind of like it, but let's go that. Each one is a separate variable, which is really kind of what it is. There's a bunch of little variables, a bunch of little scalars. All right. Make rows from chart. Now, my maximum, my max, I'll put mx for this one, max equals max the, we got that from right here. My max equals maximum of this, which is which is oh, you know what? There we go. This chart is actually passed into this, which is the whole array, separate variables or separate scalars. That helps. Okay. My rows. So let's prep the rows. Dope. For we're going to do a standard for loop. My row, single row. Oops. Let's try it again. My row is from. We're going to do this one dot max. So max is the largest value, the tallest part of the chart. That's the highest you gotta go. So yeah, 1 to max. 0 is not in there. Oh well. Don't worry about it. We'll figure out how to fix that later if we need to, because then it's, 0 indexed array and all. Alright. Now in here we're gonna nest another for loop. Don't like it, but that's okay. We'll survive it. My column is the value for each value in the chart. You extract that value, we call it column. Jesus. Now we're going to push rows, row. I'm going to have to explain this one probably if you're not used to it. Oh, wait. Oh, hold on. I have it written down this way and I realize it's wrong, but we'll fix that in a bit. Alright, first off I made a mistake. Why is it... Why? Oh, that was why. Never mind. Couldn't figure out why this was highlighted. Why did it was me? Okay, so here's the mistake. We want column value to be higher, greater, or equal to row. If it isn't, then we don't push it on there. We leave that. Oh yeah. We do push it on either way. Hang on. So let's I'll explain what's going on here. Let's switch this over. All right. So when the value of the column is greater than or equal to the value of the row, then of all that row will have the result of the expression of 1 appended to it. If the column value is less than the row value, that means the column doesn't go that high, then a 0 gets pushed onto that row. Because this is an expression and it returns 1 or 0 accordingly because it's Boolean. And so whatever it is, we just push it right on there. And so we get a bunch of 1s and 0s across. Now we're going to test this out. And hopefully I didn't screw it up. It might work as is, so we'll find out. Print dumper rows. Now, if it doesn't work, I screwed something up. I wouldn't be surprised. And I did. Variable max none. Oh. Yeah, see this? MX. Yeah. Really? Oh, okay. There we go. And I'll explain that in a bit. Let's just test it to see what happens. All right, look at that. See this? Okay, cool. So 1, 4, 6, 3. Okay. So 1 across the board. The row 1 of our 1 undef. That's row 0. Row 1 is variable 2, and it's completely everything. You see, there's always something at the first row, the very bottommost row. Same thing here. What's interesting is this says undef, but then this one doesn't. Huh. Oh, because it's not returning a 0, it's returning nothing. Huh. Alright, so I screwed that up. You know what? That's okay. I could turn that into a 0 if I want to, or I can leave it nothing. We'll mess with that in a moment. So obviously this is not giving us zeros, it's giving us nothing. So on row 3, we have 3 and then nothing and then 3 more. Let's look at the top here. Wait, you know what I need to do? Hang on. Hold on. I'm going to set this over here, right? All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run it here, and then we're going to bring this back up to here. Here we go. Here we have the, here we have that. There's the array. Column 1, column 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? Columns. This is column 1 through 9. Cool. So we're going to look at rows 1, row 2, row 3. Row 3 is where we see some gaps. And so you see here, well, row 2 should have a gap too. Yeah, row 2 we have a gap here, and you can see here we only have a 1. So at the second row, this should be a gap because it only goes up by 1. That's working. So let's see, row 3 has a gap at the front already, and then 2 gaps in the middle. So here's that front gap, and then here are the 2 middle gaps. Cool, row 3. Row 4 should show the same thing. Yeah, row 4 shows the same gaps. Row 5, let's see, should show a bigger gap here. And yeah, look at this. Big gap, 4 of them right here. Up, yep, row 5. And row 6 shows only 1. And look at that, row 6. Bam, everything else is too low. So that's looking good. Now, I think I want to change this to zeros instead of empties because I don't know if that makes a difference, but I kind of want to experiment with that because I want to use a regular expression to test. That's what I'm trying to do. Let's go back here. I believe that this, no, that's still going to give me empties. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Yeah, same thing. So, you know what? I think you can do that. Nope. Oh, I can either use 0 plus. Let's see it. There we go. You can do that. Or I think you can use int. Let's try that. Again, int works. So I can use integer here to coerce this into an integer value from Boolean, or from define undivided, whatever the result is, or 0 plus. Either way I can do that. Well, this time I'm going to use int because I want it to be as clear as possible. And I think that's a good way to do it. Ooh, I should get some salt for this, I think. Hang on. Yeah. Butter's good, but a little bit of salt. Hang on, I'll be right back. Dang it. Aside from that coughing fit earlier, I seem to be doing good. Oh, and my COVID symptoms seem to be almost gone. Only took 4.5 months. Okay. Hang on. Water. Water is good, especially when it's warm. I'm in the northern hemisphere, so things are warm at the moment. Okay. This looks good. It's working. I'm going to leave it as such. Alright, oh, quick. This. I've gone over this before in the past. Right, so this is the label, same as this, which obviously says it's an array. This says we're going to, this $sign says we're going to ask for a single value. This is the row, which is the 1 through the max, which is, okay, 0 through whatever. No, 1 through it. Yeah, that's right, 1 through whatever. Sorry. That's about it. Yeehaw. And then, here's the thing, though, is that I'm actually going to be pushing a whole bunch of values in here. So this isn't going to be just one value. It's going to be a whole bunch of values. So it's going to be an array reference. The secret to this is it says we're going to treat this single array value as a whole array in its own right, an array reference, right? And Perl knows just what to do, and it uses push, which is something that functions on an array, pushes onto this single array value, treating it like it's an array, this value. And this value is coerced into an integer form, and it is an expression that would normally be Boolean, and it says that when the column value is greater than or equal to the row value, then obviously you still have something going on in that column still going up, either, or it might be the top or below the top of that column. And so we're going to put a number 1. Otherwise, it doesn't put anything, and the integer says, oh, nothing's going to turn into 0, because 0 is nothing in integer form. And then we return to rows, and rows is an array of arrays. Yeah, it looks freaky for folks, I know, but I'm comfy with it, so that makes me happy. So there. Okay. All right. What are we doing next? All right, we're going to take these rows and we're going to look for contiguous rows. Oops. So contiguous in rows. All the contiguous parts. So this is the part I'm not so sure about, because I'm always wondering if I get regex right, and yeah, probably screw this one up, but that's okay. So again, just like up here, you know what? Hold on. Should have just left it, but that's all right. So let's see. Okay, here we are. So contiguous rows right here. Rows that we got. That goes here, and that gets turned into that default array. So if I remember right, I might be getting the syntax for this wrong, but we'll find out. Do I want to do it that way? It's so weird. Why am I doing that? I'm looking at what I wrote before, and I don't think it does make some sense, but I don't think I need to do it that way. Yeah, I made an error. Well, we're gonna do it this way then, and find out. Maybe I'm screwing it up here, but that's okay. So this time, we're just gonna have the default array, and then we're gonna have the default variable my row was join. I probably screwed this up somewhere. Oh yeah, I did. That's all right. Join. see. All right. So we're gonna. This is the default variable, and the default variable changes depending on where it is. So it's in the for loop. So default variable is whatever's the for loop is incrementing through. So every value in here gets sent to this for loop. And the for loop, I just realized, is actually, I forgot. See, now we're screwed this up. Because this is an array reference. And I add this to it, and it says, let's take the array reference and pretend it's a real array. Join works on a real array. It takes the array and joins all the elements of the array into a string for row. And row, of course, becomes a string. And this is what's put between the elements of the string, which is nothing. So you're going to get a string of ones and zeros and nothing else, which makes it very easy to use a regular expression to suss out the length of subsets of that row. I hope I didn't screw it up. I probably did. I'm already seeing all sorts of things I messed up, which you can see. My contiguations. Let's call it contigs. That's what I wrote down here. Now, whoa. Equals. Let's see. Am I doing it? This is, shoot, this is the part I'm not sure about. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing the right thing where I'm going to collect all the, I want to make sure I get, all the, doing something wrong. Now let's try it. I think it is okay. The one or more ones, number ones. And I forgot I want to capture that. I'm going to capture. I'm going to keep doing it until then G means the whole line. Hope I got this right. This is where I'm not so sure. That's okay. All right, well, then my lengths. Okay, now they're going to map. This is fun. Length. All right, this is interesting. I'm going to show you something that's weird. And we're going to think about this for a moment because I'm never sure. So is this the same as this? Well, in theory, this is only existent inside of the map because this is the default variable for iterating over this. But sometimes I know there are cases where having more than one of these can screw things up. So it would be better to have a separate value up here and a separate, not value, a label here, and then have that label down here so that this is reserved for this location. But I don't remember if that caveat's in effect here, if there's an issue or not. I think we're going to find out, and that'll be interesting. I'm going to have some rice. I hope the audio is recording on this. Where are we? Now I know where I screwed up. Now I know that I screwed up. I'm going to show you what I did wrong. It's okay. Oh, and longest has to be set up. So let me set this up, and then I'll show you first, and then I'll show you what I did wrong. Okay, so this is supposed to be the row number and then the lengths, because later on we're going to use those to square. You know, row number times the length gives you that square. But here's the thing, this isn't a row number. This is the actual value, or the row itself without the number. So that doesn't do me any good. What I have to do now is I have to change it. So we're going to change this. I'm going to say, I'm going to also name it, because pain in the ass, my row 1 ... Remember, row 0 isn't needed, right? Because it's all row 1. So we're skipping that 0 one, so whatever. Even if it's undefined, that's fine. Oh, wait. See, now we got this. And what about this? So what the frack are we going to do with that? Shoot. We're going to call this string. How's that? String. God bless it. You know, this is what drives me nuts. So obviously we have to change this. Oh, and here's some potential confusion, and I can obviate that by changing how I do everything in this. It's going to be too hard, but we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what happens here if that's an issue. And this we're going to call row max length. So what this does is it says what is the longest contiguous area for this row. And no, we don't want to do this because this actually leads to a weird dereferencing, which I don't remember how to use. So there. Alright, so let's go over this again before I test it. Subcontiguous rows gets the rows, which each row is an array reference, right? So from 1 to, oh, and this equals the highest value, or the last, that's the highest index value for the default array. It looks weird done, doesn't it? It's all weird. I never understood that, but that's okay. My string is joining the elements of the row, and this is still the default of the whole thing. Because I, of course, made sure to assign this to row. I hope I did this right. I probably screwed it up, I swear. My contiguous values equals, I hope I did this right, the string anywhere from 1 to many number ones in a row without interruption globally. So each one is captured into contigs. And contigs then is mapped. You find the length of each contiguous section, and this gets the lengths. You know, each contiguous section becomes a string. It's a string still. You get the length of that string. And this is where I wonder if we're going to screw up with that different version of the default variable. And I mean, I'm used to it looking at it, freaky as it may be, but who knows that the parser is going to parse it right. Then push longest, which, oh, I need to declare this son of a gun. This right here says that it's actually a single array reference. This is the value of the row from up here, and this is that length, the longest. Oh yeah, and this says there we go, the longest length for that row. So if the row has a length of 1 wide, and the other one, another row has a length of 10 ones, the 10 ones will be sent for that row, because that obviously means 10 times 5 if it's the 5th row. Now that's it. And you return longest as longest. Okay. Let's go ahead and my longests. Lord knows, this is, I swear, if this works, I'm going to laugh my arse off. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. Print dumper contiguous. I tell you right now, if this succeeds, I will laugh my behind off, because I won't know how it worked. I swear. Oops. Oh, jeez, oh Pete. Alright, let's try it again. Oh, crap. It worked. I think. It says undef, though. A lot of undefs. I'm not so sure about this. So obviously it didn't work. Definitely didn't work, because this, yeah, it didn't work. I mean, it parsed, but it really fracked up there. So I have no idea what's wrong, because I chose to do all sorts of silly things. One possibility is this, so we're going to try this. I'm going to go here and do old-fashioned. Say dumper. Did I do print dumper? I bet I did. Print dumper. We're going to do print. I keep doing print. I'm trying to learn to use say. Say dumper. Well, actually, we're going to do it this way. Sleep 1. Let's see what happens. Huh. That's interesting, because if you look at this, okay, hang on. Kill it. Undef. See, that's just showing the same thing over again. So obviously I'm doing something wrong, because contigs should not show that. Contigs should be each row a separate thing. That's not what's happening. So oh no, yeah. Huh. I'm doing this wrong. What am I doing wrong? Is it because I'm capturing this incorrectly? Is it because it could be, is string what I expect it to be? Let's go find out. Oh, well, that's interesting. Why is string? Oh, that is odd. it's showing a reference instead. This is where I'm making a mistake here. So let's go back. Let's double check something here. This is what you do when you debug in the simplest old-fashioned way. Alright, look at this. You know, this is from before, but right here, it's correct. Everything's right. Everything looks fine. An array of arrays. That's good. So that looks fine to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this. Then what we're going to do is we're going to look at oh, this is my problem right here. Bam. I'll show you what I mean. What? Oh, maybe I have to do it this way. Yeah, hold on. Alright, there we go. See that? Alright, this is what happened. This, right here, this is a value which says which row, which element of the array is the array. But the thing is that the array contains a reference. And this turns a reference into pretending it's a real array. And it needs to do that in order to do the join function. That's it. Alright, so we're going to test this out now. Look at that. Okay, here's an interesting thing. 1, 1, 2 contiguous sections right there. And then this one. That's looking pretty good. I mean, and here's what I mean. Right here, the string, you're getting ones, contiguous set of ones, one or more, and each element of contigs has that string. There's the string. Then we dumped the contig out and said, okay, so we're going to kill this. Also going to die. There we go. And then we have this. All right, so one is row 1 has 9 in a row. Row 2 has 8 in a row. Row 3 has 3 in a row, which is the largest. Row 4 also has 3 in a row. 2 different ones, but it only shows the largest, which is 2 different ones that matter. So the largest is 3 in a row. And the largest is 2, and then the largest is 1. 1 wide. And we're going to go back and look at this again to make sure. All right, so this is what we're looking at right here. Right here. Okay, so let's make sure we're right. 0 is ignored. You notice it only shows the first one because 0 is ignored. So row 1 is, well, this time we're pretending it's indexed to 1. So row 1 has 9 in a row. And row 1 has everything, nothing's above it. Row 2 has 8 in a row. Well, it's too big for that one, so that's out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Let's skip all the way to row 5. Row 5 is going to show this one and this one. So it's going to be a 1 and 2. So row 5 should show a 2. And row 5 shows 2. It's the largest one because it's right here. Row 4 shows... oh, wait, it shows this one, row 4, contiguous 3, and this one, row 4, contiguous 3. And row 4, 3 is the largest. Same with row 3, by the way. So this is looking right. With some screw-ups, yes, but altogether good. And the main screw up for me in this case was forgetting, not paying attention to how referencing and dereferencing works. Sometimes that's weird, and it takes a while getting used to it, but they have it. It wasn't that hard to find one with a few select print statements. And of course, that's the advantage to making very small functions. All right, what's next? We gotta square everything. Square it away. What is that? Hang on. Okay. There. The temperature. Doesn't say. Sensors, right? Hang on. Okay. My squared. Again, we're going to use the default array. And I initially had done this as a for loop. I'm going to do a for loop, but it's going to be a one-liner for loop. Push squared dereferencing a single value, which is, by the way, this one, right there, 0, index 0. This says that we're dealing with an array reference. All right, and so what am I saying? Did I do that right? Oh, I think it's, well, we'll see. Hang on. Times. There. Oh yeah. The first, yeah, element, index 1. 0 times 1. So it's, yeah, it's the square. 4. He's a jolly good fellow. And then that should do it. Let's go over this real quick. All right, so this is a one-liner for. So the for is it's what is it, postfix maybe? Is that right? Postfix for? I don't know what it's called. But so push onto squared the row times the largest contiguosityizer of that row for each row. Yeah, for each row. And then you return that value. That's it. I'm going to do that just to make it clearer. That's separate, and return that to just 3 lines. Whatever. Done. That's it. Right. Let's go back up to the top. Oh dear. Not what I want to do. All right, so we're going to do say, not print. I mean, print I can do, but dumper frac's sake. Squares. No idea if this is going to work. Probably screwed up again. Okay, I didn't screw it up. I got it right. Okay, good. Okay, so we're going to test it from here. Actually, I'm going to run it up here. Okay. Bring this down a little bit. Bring this up. Let's bring this over. We're going to go, okay, 1. 1 times 9. Oops. Oh, that's not going to work. Hang on. You know what? I'm going to do that. There we go. Isn't that nice and pretty? Prettified. There we go. So we're going to pop. 1 times 9 is 9. Good. 2 times 8 is 16. Very good. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 3 is 12. Oh, 5 times 2 is 10. And 6 times 1 is 6. The largest square is 12. If I wanted to state the row, I could do that, but that's not part of the thing, so whatever. Nice. Okay, next. I think we got it. Okay, where are we? Where are we? And then my biggest square is max squares, which is supposed to show 12, unless I screwed something up, which is possible, you never know. So we're going to say biggest square. $16. Oh, oops. It was right there. I missed it. It was there and I forgot. Not 12. 16. That's bigger than 12. So yes, we got it. Yay. I'll eat some more of this rice. Yay, rice. I like rice. Did I? Yeah, I did. I want some Spam with this. That'd be wonderful. All right. That's it. That's the whole damn thing. What the frack? Can I not type? I can't type. There we go. That's it. Not bad. Yeah. Only reason it takes a long time to write this is because I'm crappy at programming. Otherwise, there you have it. Not too bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bigify this. Uh-oh. Oh, I see why I did wrong. Hold on. Right. Let's go ahead and do this instead. Right, full screen now. I'm going to make it prettified, bigified. And do this. Uh-oh. Trying to make it a little smaller. I want everything to be clear, you know. So, okay, so look at that, just a few. So what we're going to try to do is, oh shoot, because it brings this up. Huh. I wanted to. Well, actually, that works pretty good. Okay, let's smallify this a little bit. I wish I could. Oh, it does do that. I need to learn how to use this. Okay, so we're going to leave that up there. And I'm going to. Oops. Huh. Gosh, it's just so annoying that you can't, like. There we go. Actually, you know what I could do? There. Not perfect because get chart is not down there. Yeah, so I'd love to be able to separate that out, you know. All right, well, it's close enough. So here, this is the entire thing. Why is, oh. There we go. All right, that's it. There's the entire program. Every line of it. The only extra special thing is this. You can actually get rid of use data dumper at this point. I almost always leave it in there because I forget. That's it. And all it does is print one number out. One number. So I'm happy with that. Nothing special. But good practice. And a reminder of how context sensitive the language is. I think you have to be really aware of that. Not bad. And once you're comfortable with that context sensitivity, you can start recognizing those contexts, and you'll start recognizing what's going on when you look at code, even code you've not written. And that's helpful. Anyway, good night. I'm going to run off and, I don't know, do something. I think I'm going to leave this here for a moment and do the silent thing so that I can have audio to do noise reduction with. And then say good night. Yeah.